we starting? Soleil.
Mm-hmm.
There's Bonnie on the phones with Miss Amanda Jones and Tony sitting home in quarantine. They're having lots of fun because they're rated #1. It's a show like nothing else you've ever seen. Three's Company. They come to you from Andy's every Wednesday night. And there's nothing you can see that's as funny. It's free. Like the girls and guy who are Three's Company.
Welcome, welcome, welcome! You are looking live at the new Three's Company radio show.
Woo-hoo! Because we are in a new setting thanks to Mandy's husband.
I gotta thank my husband on this one. I've been working remotely. So I need a home office, so we made a home studio as well. I'm not seeing the...
It looks like we're going, like quickly.
It's because we're used to the old stream that was very slow. Give me 1 minute and we are getting going. Oh, here we are. We're live. We're working.
Mandy's helping me, of course.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm so excited that it's really working, guys.
Yay!
Yay! We are in our new studio. So yeah, shout out to my husband Glenn and my little brother-in-law Darren. They rolled this room out and painted it so quickly. I painted my desk for my remote office. Oh, by the way, I'm Mandy Jones, and this is...
Hi, I'm Bonnie Scalisi. How do you get the comments?
We are...
Oh, there we go.
Woo! Guys, we have, like, the first episode jitters in the new room. I nearly forgot to do the song.
She painted this room. She bought these chairs. She got this gorgeous table. She got red wine, which we're drinking right now.
I sent Bonnie a picture of the setup yesterday.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
She goes, so wait, are we going to hold our drinks? Because the table wasn't there. I go, I'm going to find something.
I'm all about, like, I got to have that drink. And, like, do I have to balance the phone with my, with the drink? So she came up with this gorgeous, like, what do you call this?
I don't know what that freaking thing is.
So we already have Felix. How are you, Felix? And Robin and Johnny McDonald. How are you? Oh, Robin's saying we look amazing. Do we have a microphone? Where's the microphone?
Right up here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you just gotta be a little loud.
Can you guys hear us? Your cousin Heather is watching. She says, hi, guys. Hi, Heather. How are you? Mary Underhill's watching.
Hey, Mom.
Ernest Marco Lucalio. Wow, that's a long last name, Ernest. He's saying, hello, ladies. Cool music. Well, our music was written by a member of Street Fighter, which is one of the best Long Island bands. All around Long Island, they used to perform, and they'll get back to performing hopefully soon enough. Robert Soleil wrote our song. Jim Ray, you have to tell us how your first day back was. Today your first day back to work? I saw him post that he was there was actually traffic.
Yeah.
So I want to hear about that, Jim.
Jim is essential.
Yeah, it's a new look. It's a new studio. I actually got dressed up in a mini skirt because I thought my legs were going to be showing. And I was like, because she said I don't have to wear underwear anymore, because I thought it was just from the head down, but it's still kind of like you can't see our legs. But we'll take a picture after.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see Bonnie's beautiful legs. And
your beautiful legs. Glenn Cook is watching. How are you?
Hello, Glenn.
All right, so Jim is saying it's too classy. No, just kidding. It looks nice. Jim, that's with you and your backhanded compliments.
Jim, you just are jealous that you're not here. Well, shout out to Jim Rea. This is our 52nd episode, Bonnie.
Wow. And I started it, but Jim had the vision of, he did a lot of things to get it started.
Yeah.
With the poster, that's awesome. Oh, I have to tell you about that poster, but I just want to say that Eileen McGregor is watching, Joan Kupriasha is watching, Mary Underhill's telling us that she can hear us, and there's more light.
Thank you,
More light in the room.
Thank you,
Hi,
Mom.
Bill Hansen, he's tuning in. So, And Greg DeFlippo, how are you? Greg DeFlippo's watching from all the way from Florida. He's always dissing Florida, which I think is
I
hilarious.
know. I'm like, then why'd you go there? Why did you stay there?
All of us want to be where you are, and you want to be where we are.
Well, yeah, the one day I go, oh, get your vitamin D, and he goes, oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. I said, get a garden hose. And then he posts a picture of his pristine in-ground pool. It's too hot out for him and the boys. I'm like,
Greg, you have a pool?
seriously, fuck you,
have
Greg,
a pool?
honestly.
Greg, now I don't feel sorry for you at all.
Yeah, seriously, we had an ounce of sympathy for you, but not anymore.
Right. If you have a pool, then the heat is not your issue. Linda Jones is watching.
That's my Aunt Linda.
She's saying we look beautiful, so
Thank
I love
you.
Linda. Thank you, Linda.
So wait, Bonnie, should we tell them what our topic is
Yes,
tonight so they can start?
Because we want to hear
thinking?
your stories. Because our show, Three's Company, 1, 2, and you're the third person, the audience.
Tony is here in spirit, busting our balls and shutting us up, and Jim is in here in spirit, telling us to be louder and say more curse words.
Yes.
But right now, we're all you got.
We're all you got. So when we get back in the studio, we'll get things. We'll figure things out at that point.
Oh, so we didn't tell them. What is the topic?
Oh, so the topic is zany animal stories. So, do you want me to start off with?
You want to tell them the inspiration for the topic, or are we gonna get into that later? Is that a grand finale?
What was the inspiration? I forgot.
It was.
Oh, Rich Retta's watching. Hi, Rich Retta. How are you?
Well, something licked you, and it wasn't Michael.
Oh, okay. Yes, there's actually a private
And
story
by the
that
way,
I can't tell on air about that.
By the way,
A
Bonnie,
different animal licking me, but that's only between Michael and I. I went to visit Tony and Sally at the White Post Farms, and I was looking at this giraffe, and it was. I even took pictures of it with me, and all of a sudden the giraffe, which has this long tongue, licked my head. And my forehead. I got this goo all over me. At first I thought it was so cool that I could be so close to a giraffe, but after that I was like, that's not that cool. Larry is watching. Larry Samel is watching. Ernest Macrolia is saying it's the best way to say. Oh wait, he's telling me how to pronounce his name. Marcucella. Is that better?
Oh, Marcucella.
Ernest Marcucella. Okay, I hope I said that right. And Greg is saying, yes, I have a pool. You would have to be crazy to buy a house in Florida without a pool.
That's true.
Yes. But the houses are really beautiful. And they're much less expensive and the taxes are lower. But you do have horrible humidity and heat. and a lot of old people live there.
And you gotta share this day with
But Greg,
why
don't you like Florida? Because of what reason? Because of the heat? But anyway, so we want to hear your zany animal stories, things that have happened to you with animals, whether they're domestic animals or animals like giraffes when you went to visit a zoo or something like that, something you've seen, something that happened to you. Start typing in your zany animal stories. So Mandy also surprised me because I've been drinking at her house for a while now, and she was always giving me a paper straw, which I frickin' hate. And today, she has these plastic straws for me. So I'm so excited.
I went into the supermarket and I saw that they were selling plastic straws in Suffolk County, guys. Land of the whatever, the backwards land is everyone's joking about?
Yes,
whatever.
yes. Well, they always are extreme. They got rid of the shopping bags first and the straws first. Maria Perillo is watching. Maria, I just heard... I don't know if you heard that they said that our boys program is probably going to be the last program to open up in New York. So
wow.
Very bad news. We're phase 4. And so we are going to be taking care of... Actually, no, that's Brandon. Maria's son is in a different program. Brandon's program is not opening up till the end.
Okay.
I don't know about Josh's, but... So we have to figure out what to do with these boys. Now that it's getting hot, walks are becoming more difficult.
I know.
And I don't know what to do with them.
Well, I could see Tony Melinda's backyard from here, and he's got a pool, and I'm going in it like soon.
Tony Melinda, is that his comic?
Yeah, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday,
I
Tony Melinda!
wished him happy birthday. I didn't know he's your neighbor.
Well, yeah.
Holy moly.
I moved into this place, and the former owner, John, he goes, "Oh, you do stand-up comedy?" He goes, "Do you know Tony Melendez?" I go, "Yeah, I do know Tony Melendez." He goes, "Yeah, that's his porch."
That's so cool.
He's literally 3 houses down, and like his backyard's right there.
Oh my God, I've never met him, but I know him from Facebook and from the other comics. But I would like to meet him.
Yeah, no,
maybe sometime we'll meet. We'll meet after
yes,
the show.
yeah, we're coming to go in your pool, Tony. So you're gonna meet us one way or another. Me, Brandon, Josh. and
Yeah,
Tony.
Tony has a pool.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm coming over to Tony's house. So we have a lot of zany animal stories. We hope you start typing in yours. I told the one about the giraffe. So Mandy, do you want to go next?
Sure. This is a little bit of a two-parter. So my cousin, about 15 years ago, got a Jack Russell Terrier. And she wasn't, her name's Cinnamon, but he calls her Cinna. And she wasn't a puppy then. She was like a couple of years old. So dog got hit. Jack Russell Terrier guys are the little dogs.
They're very wired and hyped up dogs.
Yeah, they're out of their minds. This thing
Yeah.
got hit by a freaking 18-wheeler. Like the back half of it, like ripped off. They do like a GoFundMe, like before GoFundMe exists. Like they raise the money. This dog, they like sew it back together. Dog's alive. Then
Wow.
miracle dog. So then my cousin, she's living with her brother. They have the dog, and the dog drinks out of the toilet, and the toilet is like the blue bleach, like toilet cleaner. And she texts work. She goes, "I'm sorry, I'm not coming in. My brother's dog is gonna die, and I have to tell him that I'm gonna have to tell him like."
Because he drank the water?
Yeah, and then like 10 minutes later, the dog is running around. She's like, "Oh, I guess I'm going to work." This dog is like indestructible.
Wow, hit by a car and
Drinks
drinking bleached water, and the dog. No, those dogs they're hardy dogs.
Yeah, no, it's hardy. Hardy is a good word for Cinna. And she's in Charleston. She's a very happy boat dog. She's living the life.
Aw.
So.
Well, we have our first story from our audience.
Oh, let's hear it.
Samuel Suraz. Samuel, he took his dog to the vet. It had stomach pains. The vet got a kitten and walked around my dog. He then charges me $600. I said, "Why?" He said, "CAT scan." I go now. LOL. Oh my God, the vets. You have to be rich to take your animal to a vet.
Oh my God, I know. It's a very expensive habit.
And Jim Ray is agreeing with you that Jack Russells are nuts. Yes, they are. All right, so I'm going to tell you about one of my. This is a weird one. All right.
It always gets weird here.
I have lots of weird stories, and they're all fucking true. That's what's even crazier about them. I got a pet rabbit that was handicapped. I went. It was an adult rabbit. Someone had broken its neck, and the poor rabbit, when you took it out of the cage, he could. When he would run around, he would only be able to run around in a circle. So I made him the class pet. I was teaching second grade. It was one of my first years of teaching. I brought the handicapped rabbit in to be the class pet with the principal's permission. And I thought it would be a nice way to explain to 5-year-olds, I'm sorry, these are second graders, so they were 7, that, handicapped people can do lots of other things. And
yeah.
So
Look at this rabbit.
So the rabbit's head was like this. And all the kids at first were like, "What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him?" But those kids, by the end of the year, loved that rabbit. And their favorite thing to do was they would sit in a circle around the classroom. We would move the furniture out of the way. We would sit in like a circle. And the rabbit, we'd free the rabbit, and the rabbit would just keep going around in circles. And the kids would clap.
It's like, doesn't one like a duck swim in a circle? Does a bunny with a neck brace hop in a circle?
I know. But and then I was so sad when the rabbit died of natural causes. And my first husband, he loved that rabbit, and we actually got together after we had divorced to bury the rabbit and give it a nice funeral.
Oh, that's nice.
So Jim Ray has another story, animal story. He used to have a Jack Russell dog named Max, and he was so smart that if someone in the house yelled at him, he would run to their pillow and take a piss and shit on it. And he ran the house.
I wouldn't call that smart.
Well, of course, Jim would call that short. Smart. It's not.
It was shorty.
Wait, Jim, that reminded me of a story I didn't even write down. Is my first dog, Buddy, which I have stories about him. This wasn't one of them. My dad was a football fanatic like you are. And my dog, Buddy, would be downstairs in the living room. My dad would be watching the Giants, and the Giants were always notorious for losing. And my dad would get up and start screaming at the television and cursing and screaming. And my dog Buddy thought something was horribly wrong. And he would run up the steps and hide under the bed and wouldn't come out until the football game was over because he thought that something horrible was happening. You know, it's a football game. But the way my dad reminds me of Jim with the football. He's like all about the football. Everything's about the football.
And well, you still put the game on for him and stuff?
No. My dad would watch football, and the dog was in the house. And
no, I'm saying your dad now. Does he?
Oh, he still watches. Oh my God.
Still asks for football.
My dad is all about every sport. Like I think he's like Jim. He's like every sport, basketball, you name it, whatever it is, baseball. He'll watch multiple things at once. Like Jim has like the multiple screens. My dad can watch lots of. Like he's obsessed with sports. Which is why I think every personal relationship I had, the guys didn't care about sports. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because Glenn played sports in high school, but he's like, I can't watch sports. He's like, I'm not thrilled to watch sports. Like, he's like, if I'm not playing, it's no fun.
Now, did you have a father who was into sports?
My dad could take it or leave it. Like, I mean, he's got, like, I went to a Yankees game with my dad. Like, my dad, like, if you ask him, he's not going to say he doesn't like sports, but he's a motorhead. He likes he'd much rather play with motors and engines and grease.
Right, so he was like half and half.
But then he also, like, plays tennis, so he's, like, a very weird guy. More stories about him coming up.
So, I think it's your turn to tell an animal story?
Okay, yeah, I'll go. Oh, well, I talked about Cinna, and then you talked about your doggy.
Yeah, but I did.
You could do another one.
I did one that was not on my paper.
Yeah, that was a.
Okay. All right, this is a weird one. Again, a school-related animal story. I thought it would be good for children to have pets in the classroom. So I bought a gerbil and all of the the wheel and all that stuff. And these gerbils are so freaking smart. This gerbil stuffed the bedding under the wheel so it wouldn't move, then crawled up the wheel, pushed up the top, and escaped out of the cage. And I came in and the gerbil was gone. And the kids were like, where's the gerbil? Where's the gerbil? I'm like, I don't know. And then my friend, who was a kindergarten teacher in another room, she went into the closet to get something. And all of a sudden, she sees, now my gerbil was brown at the time, she sees this black, she thought it was a rat, this black thing peek out, the little nose twitching, and she screams. And we had adjoining rooms, and I'm like, Judy, what's wrong? She's like, there's a rat in the closet. It turns out it was my gerbil. He went through the pipes, he got black, his skin... sooty, and I was able to recapture him and return him back to his proper home.
To captivity where he belongs.
Yeah, into the captivity so the kids could stare at him every day.
This is off topic, well, kind of. Glenn told me that the other day he saw something that they brought all these dogs from the shelter to the aquarium. I'm like, was that for the fish or for the dogs? He's like, it was for the dogs, like the fish don't care. I'm like, then the dogs don't usually go on field trips. Like, why is quarantine changing that? I have no idea what that means. You do with that information what you want.
Well, getting back to the gerbil stories, lots of gerbil stories, including. The audience has some more, but I'm going to read them in a second. But I had a different gerbil another year because I taught for 32 years, so. Gerbils live about 2.5 to 3 years. So I had a lot of gerbils in that classroom. So this gerbil, a different gerbil, all of a sudden, the kids are always telling me stuff. A lot of it's not true, whatever. They exaggerate. They're like, there's lots of babies in the cage. There's babies in the cage. I'm like, okay, little Johnny.
You're like, all right,
there's
liar.
babies in the cage. Yeah.
Yeah, and your mother loves you.
And then another kid came over like, Mrs. Scalisi, there's little gerbils, there's little baby gerbils in the cage. I'm like, all right, now the second kid told me, maybe I better take a look, okay? So I look in there, and I bought this gerbil. It was supposed to be a male gerbil, one gerbil. And the frickin' gerbil gave birth to like 7 baby gerbils. And they were hairless. And they were all, and I'm like, oh, okay. Now, the kids were telling the truth. Now I have to figure out what to do with all these gerbils because they all have sex with each other once they get of age. And it's like, I have to wait till they wean from their mom, and then I had to buy like all these different cages to separate them out. It was like all the stuff I did so that the kids would have a class pet. So before we get to your story, I want to read some of the viewers. Linda Jones has said, "Come on, Amanda, when he hit the rat story." Linda Jones is a rat?
Yeah, that's my hand. That's the story I'll tell next.
Okay. Heather doesn't have anything to say about this topic. I guess, Heather, you haven't come into too many animals. All right. So of course Jim has another one about his older son. His older son's the one that did the bar back thing. Is Jim, if I'm correct? When he was younger, once tried to ride the Jack Russell like a horse. The dog flipped over and bit his dick. Oh my God!
How little was your son?
To this day, he still has a scar on his dick. You're lucky the dog didn't bite his dick off, and he'd be like, what's that lady that cut off her husband's dick? What's that lady's name who cut off her husband's dick?
It should be a household name, guys.
Lorena Bobbitt. He would be the Lorena Bobbitt of dogs. And Ernest Markle used to have a dog, Rocky, and he started to get arthritis in his hind legs and had a hard time walking. Oh, that's so sad. So Felix says, I don't know if this is a good one. When I iced, and then he stopped. Felix, what does that mean?
You killed something?
Well, you iced what? You killed an animal? Hey, Taz is watching. Hi, Taz.
Taz.
And my boyfriend, Michael Steven Spielberg, is watching. Hi, Michael. We were just looking at your post before, and you already got a negative comment on it. He's only posted like 3 times in all this time.
Stirring the pot.
Okay, so Felix says, sorry. When I lived in West Hampton during a summer, there was this hideaway bar that had this basset hound named Bert. One night I got really drunk and Bert sat next to me on a bar stool and was drinking beer, and he got wasted together with the dog. Oh, Felix, that's a great story.
Felix always ends up wasted.
I love that story. So Michael, my boyfriend, saying best gerbil stories come out of San Francisco. Meaning like there's all these things. This, for some reason, Richard Gere has a story where a gerbil went up his butt, but I think that's a urban myth story.
It's an urban legend.
Oh, thank you, Jim. Of course, Jim would know. Lorena Bobbitt. Thank you, Jim. So it's your turn.
Okay, so the story that my aunt wants to tell is because now with the topics, I'm just like messaging my mom, my aunt, my dad. I'm like, what stories you got? So my aunt goes, you got to ask your dad about Nanny, which is my nana, but some people called her Nanny. She ran out. My dad was like 13 years old, and she runs outside one day. She's like, get the gun, get the gun. my dad's at the house with his buddy. So she goes, there's a rat under the doghouse. So my dad, 13-year-old 12-gauge shotgun, and his buddy. So the buddy pulls a pry bar and goes to take one of the boards up, and my dad's like literally 6 inches away from the hole where the thing's gonna stick his head out. So they do the pry bar. That my dad blows the thing away.
You got it?
Yeah. My grandma comes out. She's like,
I just imagine like the guts split all over the place.
Yeah, it's probably decimated the thing. And then my grandma's like, you get it? He goes, yeah. She gave them a beer as a reward. And I go, really? He goes, yeah, my dad. So my dad, when he was 12 years old, he goes, he would mow the lawn. They had like a huge piece of property in Woodbury. He would mow the lawn, 12 years old, And then he'd be smoking a cigarette, and his mom would give him a beer. My nana would give him a beer on the front porch. And his friends would come over, they'd be like, Paul, you're drinking and smoking, your mom's right there. Like, he's like, she gave it to me, dude. Like,
That's a cool mom.
he got $10 in allowance and a beer for mowing the lawn.
Whoa.
12 years old in, like, 1976.
That's a cool mom. I had to mow the lawn, but I didn't get a beer.
Might have been 78.
I got $10. $10 for mowing the lawn, $10 for dusting, but no beer.
Well, yeah, $10, and $10 must have been what my granddaddy was giving him, and then she was tipping him with the beer.
Mm.
That was how she was working it.
Yes, he's still, they're still ahead by having him do the lawn that way. If they had to pay a professional, they'd be paying mega bucks. Bucks. I didn't mean to say that. Mega bucks, not butts. Okay, I'm crossing off my last story so I can keep track of what I
Moving
talked
on.
about. All right. Another, I have a lot of these teacher stories because I was a teacher for a long time. So I tried another pet. I bought them pet mice, okay? And the mice, I bought 2 mice. Mouse? 2 mouses? 2
No,
mice? I bought 2 mice.
2 mouses.
And, of course, they had babies. Like an idiot.
Well, because you're not giving them any protection.
I should have provided them with rubbers. That's
Dental
my fault.
dams.
That's my fault. So I had 2 mice, and then the mouse, of course, got pregnant and had babies. And all the kids were very excited. Wow, the mouse had babies. The mouse had babies.
You're like, all right, you liars.
And the father is like, the father's standing off to the side of the cage, and I'm like, what? And then all of a sudden, the kids started yelling. I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, the mom is eating the babies. I think I traumatized a whole bunch of kids that year. And so I look in the cage, and the mom was eating her own babies. And the father was standing off to the side, terrified, watching, but not knowing what he should do.
I know, because he's like, you're next, bitch. Oh, my Lord.
The animal kingdom is brutal. I'm telling you. Lou Pratt's is watching. Hi, Lou Pratt's. So Linda's saying, and because you said she gave him beer, she goes, and now he's a full-blown alcoholic? But she's just kidding. Yeah.
No, but it's not a joke. My dad actually is a full-blown alcoholic. And we can thank Nanny. When I see her in heaven, I'll freaking bring that up with her.
Hey, Lou Pratt, how are you? I miss you. Lou and I know each other from Paul Bond's workshop. We were together for a while, a bunch of classes. All right, so it's your turn.
All right, so you got gerbil. All right, so let's keep with the breeding.
Come on. Oh, Linda's saying I got to give your dad one credit. He's got a great shot. Oh, because he killed the thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and my dad was like 13 years old and it taught my Aunt Linda to drive, and she was like 16.
Wow.
Yeah, because he already knew how to
This
drive.
is in Jericho?
It's all in Woodbury.
Nassau County's supposed to be like the prim and proper part of
No, that was we had
Long
the
Island.
one, we had the one house. No, it's just my dad's insane. The other ones are fine.
Did I ever meet your dad?
Probably not. He's pretty memorable.
At the ping pong thing, I met your cousin, I think.
Yeah, but that was my mom's side of the family. Went to that.
Oh, yeah.
My dad's kind of as boisterous and stuff as he is in like public and like the little room. He's like, get me out of here. I don't want crowds. Like he's kind of weird.
And a lot of people that have crowd issues.
Yeah,
I actually hate
yeah.
crowds too. But in the new normal, I guess you won't have to be working about crowds, which leads us into our next thing, as far as.
Oh yeah, we don't want to jinx it, guys. We
Yeah.
don't. But what is it called? The fun book that Newsday puts out, Bonnie?
Yes, the fun book.
So Newsday puts out something called the Fun Book, and it's all activities. And they actually published that in June, starting June 13th, there's going to be a Kristen Tinsley show at the Little Room at Governor's.
Yes.
And on June 26th, Bonnie and I are going to be on Terry McNeely's show that's long overdue. Terry was supposed to have a birthday show on April 20th.
Which we missed.
Which we missed due to quarantine. We've all been on lockdown. So hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, we are going to be open for business on the 26th. And you got to come see Bonnie and I at Terry's show. They put in...
They put in all these measures to protect everybody.
Yeah, apparently plexiglass to protect the bartenders. Servers are going to have masks on. I think there's going to be glass actually protecting the performers so that we could perform without masks and you guys can feel comfortable. I think they're probably going to change the table settings around a little bit. So fingers crossed, if the U.S. government lets us tell jokes on June 26th.
King Cuomo.
If we are allowed to, we will be there. So keep Bonnie and I. We don't want to jinx it, but we will be harassing you via social media.
Oh yeah, we. I know it's probably only going to be half of the room that's allowed, because they have to keep everybody social distance. But we will keep advertising for it because Joseph Carletta actually talked about all of the improvements they've made to governors.
Yep.
To get it ready for as soon as they get the go-ahead. And the fun book is kind of like a little sneak peek that it's a big possibility that it could go on.
Yeah, it's not
We're
just...
keeping our fingers crossed.
Yeah, guys, it wasn't just the internet. This was typewritten and printed on Newsday Inn.
Yes.
So it's very, very, very possible that this is going to happen. June 26th. I know I need to start practicing my act. I don't even remember how to tell a joke anymore.
It's interesting that you said that because I was with Michael last night. I'm with him almost every night, but I was with him last night and I said to him, I did my routine in front of the mirror and I forgot half of it. And I only have like 5.5 minutes for Pete's sake. And he's like, you have to practice. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to get the sweats, nervous again.
And it's also like, we haven't been on stage. I know a lot of you can relate to this. Because of the quarantine and being in the house, I gained some weight. I gained 10 pounds. And I know that's a fact because I went to the gynecologist yesterday.
And he said it's all in her cervix.
So I have to go on a diet and lose it. But I'm like,
Dino didn't say that.
No, she didn't say that. She made me get on a scale, and I saw it for the first time.
All right.
Holy crap! I gained 10 pounds. So it's only 10 pounds, but it's like, who's gonna see me? So who the fuck cares? But now I have to start caring and start monitoring what I eat. I can't be eating like pizza every day and all the tacos. How many of you have been eating your quarantine snacks? Be honest. How many of you have gained a little weight? I'm coming clean to you and telling you I'm 10 pounds heavier than when this frickin' thing started. But I'm going to do something about it. How many of you are honest enough to tell me you gained some weight during this quarantine?
You miserable sad sacks.
Oh, so Ed is saying...
We love you all.
Ed is saying that we're freezing up.
No. Impossible, Fred.
She has a brand new computer. We're in a brand new setting.
It's you. It's you, Ed.
Jim is saying... Social distancing in the little room is 4 people. That's funny.
No, I see us working, Bonnie.
Yeah.
I think we're going. I think Ed's pulling our leg. I want to watch on Boxcast and use Facebook to see comments.
Of course, Michael's so smart. My boyfriend's so smart. I think he's awesome. I'm a little drunk, but I think Michael's like the best thing that ever happened to me. And we saw each other last night, and he's been so good with my boys, and like Memorial Day we spent together, and it just makes it so special.
I know. He really is, guys. If anyone's
Michael
giving
is
up
awesome.
on love, friggin' look at this lady.
Unconditional love from Michael.
And Bonnie, after you've been not saying nothing, but you've been married twice.
Twice.
And did you really think that? I mean, I'm sure you felt elated before, but Michael is like. He, hits every nail on the head. He supports that you're a comedian. He wants to be part of your kid's life.
He loves it.
He, totally, Glenn, too, is okay that we want to be in the spotlight and that we want to dress up and want other people's attention. And they're like, yeah, cool, do your thing. I'll watch and comment, and really special person.
I always gave love out and never got the same love back.
Right.
And Michael is the first person who I give my love out, and I feel like he gives it back to me even more.
Yeah.
And I've never had that before. So I'm like that. I'm like the beacon of hope because I'm an older lady, and you don't think that it can ever happen again. I was watching somebody's post that some guy was cheating on her and lying to her, and she left him, and she was like being all upset, and I went on her post, and I was like, don't give up. You know, it's just when you do find that one person, it will mean so much more to you because you've been through those experiences
Right.
where you've been dissed and you've been upset and, you know, you've been taken for granted, and you know, just keep trying. And she loved that comment. She
Yeah.
was so awesome about it.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. No, and it's the same with me. I mean, Glenn, like, he was the one that's like, we got to get your studio going. If you're going to be home, you got to do it up. And he's the one forcing me to pick a color and went on Marketplace and found the chairs for Bonnie and I. Like, he's got more of the vision than I even have in myself sometimes, which is really nice.
Oh yeah, Glenn is so supportive. But Bruno made a really funny comment. Bruno, that's hilarious. Hi, Nancy Weems. She said she ate a salad tonight. Okay, so she's spessing up. C. Jack Scaller's watching. Hi, C. Jack.
Wait, what's Bruno saying?
Bruno said, because I'm drinking, he goes, looks like Michael's going to be coming to pick you up again tonight. Because after Dan Romano's show, I drank so much. I'm in this car talking to Michael, and Michael's like, I don't think you're okay to drive. And we were, where the hell was that place?
Huntington.
We were in Huntington Station. And he's like, I'm going to pick you up and bring, you're going to follow me and get you something to eat. I'm going to keep track of you. He cares about me.
Exactly.
You know?
He could be like, yeah, get over here and we'll have sex when you get here if you make it alive. And Michael's like, no, I'm going to come get you. He's.
Uh-oh. Yeah, a lot of times Michael's mom watches this show.
Uh-oh. Well, you raised a really good kid. Michael's mom.
Yes. So Heather's saying she never gained weight during this since she's always walking a lot. I walk every day with my boys. You know? Now I'm sweating.
I know, it's hot in here.
Is it just me?
No, it's hot in here.
I'm melting in front of all of you.
You got another animal tail?
Yes, I do. And Ed is watching. Hi, Ed. We missed you. Okay, I hope you find that we're not freezing on you now. Okay.
I'd get new phone because on
when
my computer.
I was younger, I'm sweating my ass
I know,
off.
I'm sorry. We can't open the window. I have wind chime. And Tony Melendez is probably fucking karaoke within earshot right now.
So, when I was a kid, I had a bird, a parakeet.
Right,
And we named him Wonder Bird. That was his name.
Like Wonder Bread.
Yes. And Wonder Bird, we would let him out of his cage. And he'd fly. I just when I lived in Bay City. Oh, that feels good. And Wonder Bird would fly out of his cage and
Can
land
you call
on.
me Wonder Bird?
I will. He would land on someone's head. He loved to land on people's head, and then he would poop on your head. Not every time, but it was 5 out of 5 times. He'd poop on your head one time. And
pretty good odds.
And then if you went like this, Wonder Bird would come and go right onto your finger, and he'd stay there, and you had the bird on your finger. And my brother's autistic, so he loved that bird. And when my parents would get a babysitter on the few nights they went out without us, they would have me put the bird on my finger. And my brother's name is Danny. I'd be like, look at Wonder Bird, look at Wonder Bird. And he would look at Wonder Bird, and my parents would run the fuck out of there. And the babysitter would come in, because my brother would have a fit every time they left.
Yeah, I turned around like, who's this lady?
So that's the story.
Wonder Bird was a distraction.
Oh, so JP David Mitchell is watching. Hi, JP. Ed is coming from a 5-year-old's birthday party, and he says, Mandy. He's saying hi to Mandy.
Hello, Ed.
Gina Kajemi Coffin is watching.
Hey,
Gina, I want to thank you for sending me these 2 amazing masks that I got in the mail yesterday, and I'm going to try them tomorrow on my boys doing the ABA trials and see if
Nice.
they do a better job wearing them. Because honestly, they're not going into a store anytime soon. Because I will not put myself in scrutiny of the public and be shamed, but because they're not wearing a mask, I'll just stay out of the stores. So thank you, Gina, for sending those to the mail on me. I really appreciate it. And Bonnie, Michael's saying, time to cut Bonnie off the wine. Michael, you're a little controlling.
But
I
she
love
likes
you.
it.
I love that about you. That's why I love it. It's red wine. Red wine's a little more potent to me than white wine. So this is red wine we're having. And we're only up to the first bottle, and this is only my first glass.
Yeah, no, we're doing fine.
I mean, I did refill it, but it's only my first glass.
It's only the one mug all night.
So Ed is saying we should back the camera up so we could check out those hotties' legs.
Ed, you perv.
I did wear pantyhose and shoes and everything, but we'll take a photo after it's over.
Oh,
Was
my
it your
Lord.
turn?
Yeah, I'll since my dad texted me that he's actually watching me,
Ooh!
I finally figured out how to get on.
I want to meet you, Mr. Mandy's dad.
Mr. Jones. Yeah, so this is a story. It's funny when I always enjoy things that my mom and my dad both enjoy because my parents are divorced. So when I get a story out of both of them, or when a song that they both like, I just always secretly enjoy it. So this is, I said to my dad, "Oh, any animal tales?" And he goes, "Yeah, one time we were at a barbecue, and the lady, their friend, I won't say her name, her dog was shitting, and it was like a dingleberry, like out the dog's ass. She chased the dog around with a paper towel in her hand to like help the dog shit." And what my mom said about that dog is that it was like this big dog, like a big mutt, and it would get in the bed with the wife and like growl at their friend, the husband, like, "Get out of here," like territory, like she like loved it.
Oh my God!
Like, disgusting.
Her dog way of controlling herself. Thank you, Gina's saying fingers crossed. Let me know. I will let you know. Nancy goes, sharing is caring. We're more than halfway through, so we do have a sponsor. Like, Governors has been nice enough to let us advertise for free some businesses who are struggling during these times. So if you're a business and you want us to talk about you during our podcast, this is for a friend of Jim's, actually. My friend Jim Rea. His name is Larry.
But don't hold that against them.
He owns a business named Abion, and their motto is they want you to surround yourself with beauty and kindness. Is the motto of the Ambiance Salon in Hewlett. It's a full salon offering hair, skin, and nail services. Ambience is the first Mondays at Racine Salon in Nassau County, offering free salon and spa services to anyone going through cancer treatment. So they do this stuff for free for cancer treatment victims. During the current pandemic, Ambience has given self-care goodie bags to our local healthcare heroes at Northwell, St. Francis and South Nassau hospitals, as well as free haircuts to Northwell Hospital. So if you want to support them, pay attention to this. Ambience Salon is located in Hewlett. It's open 7 days a week. You can find out more and see their work at www.theambiencesalon.com. Facebook and Instagram at The Ambience Salon, or call, get your pen ready, 516-295-4011. And they're now taking appointments for their reopening, because their reopening is next week. I'm getting my hair done there.
Yeah, you got
That's for sure.
You got the show on the 26th.
And yeah, I gotta lose 10 pounds and get my freaking hair done. So Ambience, help them out. Go, if you need your hair done, go there.
And you have to tell them that Bonnie from Three's Company Radio Show sent
Mandy.
you. Bonnie and Mandy and Jim sent you. So that they take care of you and that they take care of us. Because when we come out of quarantine, we want these sponsors to stay with us. But right now we're in quarantine, so we're all just kind of working remotely, helping one another out. And you'll be hearing more from them and more from us. And me and Bonnie are definitely going to go with our coupon. I know I'm going to get my hair did.
Definitely. So Stephen Ray, welcome. Stephen Ray is watching. Yes, Bruno, we miss Jim too. So my boyfriend's saying, I find Boxcast and YouTube does not freeze as much, and that's messaging from Facebook, if that helps. Because Michael is in Glen Cove, and it's not very good connection there. But my next quarantine live with Michael. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
It's going to be with Michael. The last two were with my boys.
Ooh,
The
the
next
man
one-
behind the scenes.
Yes. I'm gonna get a babysitter from the boys, go to Michael's house, and we're gonna quarantine live from Michael's
Ooh,
bedroom.
So
And do-
raunchy.
and do something that you can't believe we're doing in that bedroom. And that's in the middle of June. I'll give you more details to follow.
Oh man, I can't wait for that. I don't care if I'm on the clock. I will be resharing that and watching that live, guys, because
But you gave me the inspiration with going on with Glenn. I'm like, Michael,
you're like, I'm gonna fuck you on camera, Michael.
well, it's
Mandy and her
it's
husband cooked in the
it's
kitchen.
something on her bed, but I won't say what. You have to tune
It's
in
on
to
my
find
bed?
out.
I can't wait. I didn't know about all that. I'm excited,
Oh,
Michael. Michael's getting kinky.
Michael is awesome. So Robin DeVito has a story.
Uh-oh.
We love Robin. She was asked by a neighbor to watch her dying elderly dog.
Oh God.
Of course, Robin. While they were on vacation, they were so upset, and I swore I would be there to do anything and everything for the poor dog. I assured them I would be the best dog sitter for them ever. The morning they were leaving, I put my new young pup on our deck to get fresh air. I didn't have a gate on the deck, but I blocked the opening with a big, heavy lounge chair. 15 minutes later, the doorbell rang, and there was my neighbor holding my puppy, Layla. They saw her ready to cross the main road as they were leaving the complex. Apparently, she squeezed through the opening of our deck. The story had a happy ending as I got my pup back, and I managed to keep her dog alive while they were gone. Robin, you're a great person. I have a similar story with my son, Brandon, who sneaked out the backyard and was heading towards the main street when a neighbor grabbed him and stopped him from being run over. But so
my
Michael's
God.
going, no blue dress on that bed. Michael, what do you mean by that? Robert Soleil is watching. Robert, we always talk about you at the intro
Yeah.
of our show because you wrote that wonderful song for us. And Robert did a live concert on someone's lawn in Suffolk County. It was awesome. But when I looked back at it later, they took it away.
Yeah.
It said content no longer available.
Yeah, I'm really glad that the police were breaking that up. I'm glad that they're not doing anything. That's all I'll say this week about the police. They're breaking up music on the front lawn. I'm really proud of you guys.
She's joking. But Robert, why did they take it off your? Why did
Because
they
he was having goddamn fun in America.
who knows? I don't know. It was missing. So is it my turn or your turn?
I think you could go.
Okay.
Any more gerbils fucking? What do you got on that list?
Oh, here's a funny one. When I was a kid, my mom always insisted on taking us on family vacations, which were very stressful because my brother was autistic and my sister's a lunatic. And we went to Great Adventure, and they had a safari park there.
I have a story about that too.
So we driving through the safari park. We have our windows open, cracked a little bit. And like 2 monkeys jumped on our car. And it was really cute, and we're like laughing. And then a couple of more monkeys jumped on the car. And then even more monkeys jumped on the car. And then they started hitting the car and doing all kinds of shit and like really pounding the car. And my dad starts cursing. And I'm like, and we got scared. And so my dad's like trying to get the monkeys. He's like driving like this to get the monkeys off his car. And when we got out of there, the monkeys had dented his fucking car. The monkeys can be vicious. Just saying.
Dude, I was behind you in that safari.
Really? Same thing happened?
No, it was a lot less aggressive, but the car in front of us at the Six Flags drive-through fucking safari. New Jersey, guys, this is not a fucking high-class safari that you're driving. And there was baboons, like, shitting down the car. Shitting down the windshield of the guy in front of us. And he's like, no! I said to my dad, I was like, was that our car, or was it the people in front of us? Because I remember that, but I don't remember. I remember our parents having a happy
You remember
experience.
being terrified. I was terrified. These family trips are terrifying.
I can't believe they
subject your
overtook
children
your
to them.
car.
Right.
What kind of car was it, do you remember?
So, I don't know. Somebody's talking about nudity. Robin DeVito's talking about nudity.
Of course she is.
Robin, get your mind out of the gutter. Okay. All right. So it's my turn or your turn?
But yeah, you started with the safari and I ended, so you go again. That was a...
Oh, okay. So my first dog, Buddy, was the best dog ever.
Aww.
He was a mutt, and he had the two brown dots on his eyes. You know those dogs, black, with the two brown dots. And he was a medium-sized dog. And we moved into this house in Syosset. I was in middle of second grade. Moved to Syosset. There's no furniture in the house yet. So the main area of the house, there's a living room. It's like a circle, into a dining room, into the kitchen. It goes around. And there was no furniture. And there was this carpet. So my sister and I sat on the carpet, and my dog Buddy took the carpet in his teeth. And he started taking me and my sister on a ride. Like, literally backing up and taking my sister and I on rides, going around and around in a circle. And we're like, Buddy, Buddy, go, go, go. It was so fun. And that was the best dog that I ever had. My first dog, Buddy, he was the best. I miss him.
But did he ruin the carpet? Did your parents
No,
beat you?
it was wood.
Oh, it was like
it was empty. We had just
it was
moved
like
in.
a throw not a throw carpet, but like a like not a carpet that was secured to the walls.
Yeah. So we have two people who have a story for us. Yay! Jim Raya was saying, when I first moved into my house, the kids next door had a bunny they loved. The next day, my dog had the bunny's head in his mouth. I was like, oh no, my dog killed the bunny. So I put the bunny's head and body back in the cage. My neighbor came over an hour later, all mad. He said, my kids were upset enough that the bunny died. Why would you dig him up and put him back in the cage? My dog never killed the bunny. He just dug him up. Oh, Jim. I miss Jim's stories. Jim, you are a fucking riot.
You were definitely accomplice in that, Jim. That was not okay.
Oh, and Gina Kajemi Coffin said when she was 7, her mom brought us to the Bronx Zoo. We went into the monkey house, and to our surprise, it was mating season, so all the monkeys were having sex. Oh my God, Gina! I have a story about the Bronx Zoo monkeys too. I don't know if I'm going to get to it today, but your story already tops mine. Okay,
We got 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
All right, I got a quick one. This came up the other day. I had sent a picture of my brother sent it to me. It was me, my sister, and my brother, and my cousin, and then there was a Shih Tzu puppy with us. And it didn't look like my dog, and it didn't look like my aunt's dog that I remember. I had a Shih Tzu Huey, and then my aunt had a Shih Tzu Jingles. So I sent it to my older cousin Bonnie, the picture, and I said, "What dog is that? Is that Huey or is that Jingles?" She said it was some other dog. She goes, "Oh, and Huey raped Jingles," is what she said. I said, "No, I remember. We went on vacation. My aunt goes, 'Oh, I'll watch the dog for you.' And she brought them over. She brought her female dog over to my male dog for them to, my cousin, like 14 years old, was there for the rendezvous. She said that...
Are these considered like pedigree dogs? Like, were they doing it for like a reason?
Well, they were both purebred. So my aunt was like, "Oh, I have the female dog, like we'll get her pregnant, like no harm, no foul type of thing." So my cousin's 14 years old now over there. Her dog's go is the female dog. The dog, my dog, the male dog, gets in the dog. She's not having it. She runs around the house dragging him by his fucking penis.
Oh my God.
And I
God.
I said, "What did you do?" She said, "We had to hold them until Huey's erection went down." Because you'll hurt the dogs. So
they might bite you too.
She was like, "Yeah, my day just totally took a fucking turn." I was like, "I'm so sorry I brought that to the forefront of your fucking memory, dude."
That's crazy.
She goes, "It was rape." I was like, "Your mom fucking wanted puppies." And she did. She brought them over there, and then...
Did she sell them, or she just, like, wanted
No,
puppies?
she, like, gave them away. Like, my
wife...
There was, like, 4 or 5 puppies. My great aunt Mary got one, and I don't know what happened to the other ones, but she might have made a buck, but it was not, like, legally.
Oh, no.
It was not a legal buck.
She didn't have a legal thing. All right.
They were unlicensed.
This is much tamer. than all the other stories so far.
Take
But-
it down a notch. Let's decompress. Last 6 minutes,
We were
guys.
talking about rape and blah blah blah. All right, so I said my first dog was named Buddy. My first cat, which we had at the same time.
Okay.
So that's why I'm a cat and a dog person, which is rare. My first cat was named Betsy, and my sister was kind of a little nuts, and she took this poor cat Betsy, and she wanted to dress her up like a girl. And she forced Betsy to wear clothes, and we had a baby stroller, and she'd put Betsy in the baby stroller dressed in girls' clothes and walk her around the neighborhood. It was hilarious. And my sister doesn't watch this show, so I can say whatever
Yeah, I know.
want.
We can say whatever.
All right, so before you Ernest has a story. Ernest, I'm not going to butcher your last name
Yeah.
again.
What was it? Makachia?
I
don't know.
Ernest had a family trip to Florida and needed an air conditioner in the car. Got that installed. But at the hotel, we stayed at a state trooper, came out of the woods, and I was lighting off fireworks. Ernest, that's a good story, but what does it have to do with animals? Zany animal stories.
That's the illegal expeditions episode.
That'll be I like that story, but we're trying to have a theme here.
We're trying to stay on task, guys.
Right. We can be diverted easily in another direction. But the zany, I was thinking maybe zany insect stories next week.
Ooh.
Because insect stories are
I
really gross.
I got a couple. Now wait a minute. Did you crown somebody for your squirrel post?
Oh shit! I forgot.
All right, I wasn't gonna bring it up.
All right, my squirrel post. You know what I'm gonna give it to? Michelle Astor. You know why?
What was her
because,
joke?
Because she tried multiple times. She had
For
like
effort.
4 or 5 different entries on there. So for her sheer effort alone, Michelle Astor wins. There was a picture of a squirrel like this. He's really annoyed, and the caption was, "I wonder what this squirrel is annoyed at." And all people gave me all kinds of different scenarios of why the squirrel was annoyed, and they were all funny. But I'll give it to Michelle Astor because she tried multiple times. But she's not watching tonight.
Aw.
But Michelle, you won.
She's here in spirit. We love
She's
Michelle. We
here
really
in
do.
spirit. So I think it's your turn.
All right. We got a couple more. So what do I want
I
to
have
end
tons
with?
more.
I know. I have so many. All right. Well, let's.
How much time do we have left?
We got
With the
4
countdown,
minutes.
4 minutes.
All right. Just real quick. I had a dog, Tiki, growing up. She was half lab, half pitbull. So she was insane. And Santa brought her because my parents were divorced, and my mom specifically says Santa doesn't have a lot of money, so there was like a couple of big gifts and the puppy in the living room.
Broke Santa.
Broke Santa.
That's
That's Jack Farley's joke. He's like, oh, you get 2 Santas when your parents are divorced. He goes, no, you find out Santa isn't real twice.
Oh, I love that.
Jack Farley, that's a fucking great one. But so Santa brings up fucking Tiki, which ends up my sister wanted to name the dog Tiki because of the incident in the episode of Brady Bunch where they have the Tiki that's like bringing a bad omen to the Hawaiian series. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
It's like a
I do.
3-part episode. And we brought Tiki to my grandparents' house on Christmas, and they were like all about the name Tiki because my grandpa was a Giants fan, and Tiki Barber was a big Giants player at the time. But anyways, Tiki would steal fucking my neighbor's shoes. They were leaving their shoes on the front porch or the sidewalk.
Dogs are notorious for stealing shoes.
And she would steal them. And the neighbor says to my mom, he's like, yeah, the groundhog, I can't leave my shoes out anymore. Like, the groundhog keeps stealing my shoes. And my mom's, like, broke, like, she was like, oh, my God, I can't believe that. Like, meanwhile, the dog kept bringing the shoes back to my house. And I kept saying, like, I was like a kid, I'm like, where are the bodies? Like, because she was just such a fucking psycho. Like, she would rip tin cans for fun. She would shred tin cans out of the... She was a psycho.
That was your first dog?
No, she was like my 3rd dog.
Ooh.
We had Shawnee, who was the best dog, then Huey, who was a rapist, and then we had Tiki.
It keeps going downhill.
It got progressively worse.
It's supposed to
And
get
Huey
better,
was not
worse.
raped. Huey was not a rapist. Huey was put up to it, guys.
He was put in a compromising position.
Exactly, guys.
And he had to deal with it.
Actually, Jingles was more put in a compromising position. Fine, you want to end with one more? We got another minute.
My boyfriend said, did Bonnie say incest? incest or insect stories.
You never know, Michael.
Michael, we'll keep you posted. I want to tell Taz's story. We love Taz, the residential artist.
We're not worthy.
When Taz was small, we love Taz. When Taz was small, she sat at a sliding glass door and watched everything. I saw a squirrel and it scampered over to the phone pole where the main transformer is. All of a sudden, there was a blinding white light. Oh my God, that engulfed everything. Then the white light went black and the squirrel and the baboon followed. The house shook. Rest in peace, squirrel! Oh my God, Taz! That's unbelievable.
What a strong finish.
You know what, Taz? That reminds me of a story. I worked as a teacher so hard all these years, and I took what's called a sabbatical, where you get to take college credits, but you get like 70% of your salary. And so I was like lonely, and this squirrel kept coming up to my back door.
Rubbing your shoulders.
And the squirrel would come up to the door like this. So I gave him a little piece of bread, and he would take the bread. Then it got to the point where I was feeding the squirrel every day, like whole pieces of bread, tear it up into little pieces. And the poor squirrel got fat before my very eyes. He pulped up, and I realized I really shouldn't be feeding this squirrel that much because it's not nature's way. He should be surviving in the wilderness. And I think the poor squirrel died of a freaking heart attack because then he stopped coming around.
He's like, that bitch gave me diabetes. And
Shit, we're over the time.
We love you guys so much. If it's possible, June 26th, we'll let you know if Governors is going to be in business. Bonnie and I, Terry McNeely show.
Terry McNeely. Oh, Ernest, I'm so sorry I didn't have a chance to tell your story. We're running out of time. He had a black lab and thought it was to protect, so went after another dog and going to his grandmother. I don't know what that means, but Ernest, we'll be here every Wednesday. You can explain that more because I don't really get it.
We need to do Dirty Jobs follow-up. We need to do Gross Stories follow-up.
I have so many more animal stories that I did not get to.
Yeah, we're going to have to do some repeats, guys, because
we'll
we have
this.
too much fun.
Yes.
We love you all. Thank you for joining us in our new studio.
Mwah, mwah.
Every Wednesday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.